And Bleacher Report released their power rankings going into week 1 of the NFL season, with Seattle ranked 32nd out of 32 teams. I read this and I was a little surprised and intrigued on what they had to say. Um, I I mean, I'll be honest. I'm hoping we do hit that prediction of about 3 wins this year. Let's tank for one of these quarterbacks, but 32 out of 32 feels really low to me.
Yeah.
When you hear that, your initial reaction, 32nd in the league out of 32. What's your take and opinion on that?
Well, first, that's going to be the national perspective.
Yeah,
And to be honest, that's probably about right. Without Russell Wilson, that immediately just, irregardless, the Seattle Seahawks are only Russell Wilson,
Oh,
according to the
right.
national
Yeah,
media.
exactly.
And then when we got rid of Bobby Wagner, oh, well, then, we're just going to tank it this season and,
Yeah.
try to get our quarterback. But that's the national take. And, out of fairness, it's tough staying up late for any games
Yeah,
or trying to watch a West Coast game
especially the
anymore.
West Coast.
Even during the regular season, it's tough because you're out here on the East Coast, you're watching your East Coast games. So I think 32 is a little low. I was thinking maybe mid-20s. But then you're probably going to ask me, well, name the teams that are worse than the Hawks. Uh, so, but I think it's a little low. I have a funny feeling that Hawks are going to screw it up.
Yeah,
The
I
reason why
agree.
is, on the one hand, I think John Schneider in the back of his head would say, let's tank it. From his standpoint.
Yep.
Carroll's standpoint, oh no, we are out here to compete and we're going to win and we're going to do our darndest to get to the playoffs. First 4 games is going to determine which way this team goes.
I think that's the interesting thing, because really, well, first off, let's get to like the actual topic at hand. 32 out of 32. I will take Seattle over Chicago, over Jacksonville, over Detroit, over
Well, New York Jets now
no
is that
over the
open.
Jets, over the Giants. I think mid-20s is probably a little more realistic because Geno Smith did not move the offense at all during preseason,
No.
and really he didn't do much in the regular season last year in his 3-game stint. But he did go 1-2. So let's say over the course of 17 games, he goes 1-2. That's at least 4 wins, and I feel confident 4 wins is going to be more than a couple other teams. But to your
Yeah.
point, if they, John Schneider is probably at the point like, let's tank, let's rebuild this thing. We have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds next year. Plenty of opportunity to really rebuild the roster and take the franchise back to the level or the place you want it to be. And then, like you said, Pete Carroll's all
And
about competition.
right. And
Um,
who's to say that they actually go for one of the top ranked first round quarterbacks anyway?
yeah, they might not. And
They,
that's
they
exactly
got
what
the
happened
2 in the
with
second
Russ.
round.
Yeah.
Stay back and find that guy.
Yeah.
Don't-
I
know,
don't necessarily think you have to rush for the quarterback.
No.
If
Young and Field,
yeah.
Stroud is it? No.
Yeah, maybe it's not worth it. And then obviously Jimmy Garoppolo is a free agent next year, so maybe if you can build the 4 picks that aren't a quarterback, maybe you can entice one of the free agent guys to come.
Yeah.
And let's say I will not pay Lamar Jackson, especially with what Russ just got. But it would be an interesting name if he hit free agency, what they would
Right.
do. I definitely like to lean towards going the rookie quarterback, get him on a 4-year deal on that rookie contract money, build the team, and you're setting yourself up just like in 2013-14
Right.
here when they won Super Bowl 48, and then obviously went to Super Bowl 49, and that's when all things went downhill as they tried to make Russell Wilson the hero, and we all know what happened after that. Yeah, so I mean, so this one we went a little bit faster now, so we got to get this timing perfected as we are at about 40 seconds. But going into the season, Seattle is a negative 6-point favorite against Denver. Real quick, do you think that's probably fair? Russ coming into Seattle for the first time with the 12 screaming and yelling at him.
Monday night, yeah. I think it'll be a closer game on a Monday night, but I got to give it to Denver. They just have, I think they're more solid across both of their offense and defense than Seattle is at this stage.
Yep, I think that's fair. It'll be. I think the first half will probably be a close one, but as soon as we hit the second half, Russ and Denver will take over.